Coach Dean told us this was going to be a tough one. Going to give it inside. Bailey has a hold to 50, at the 45, the 40. And they trip him. He's still on his feet to 20. At the 15, Bailey's going to take it the distance. A touchdown for Valdosta State. What a run from David Bailey, Tom. He was almost tripped up twice, and he takes it the distance. 59-yard touchdown. 59-yard run, David Bailey.
And he picked up his blockers all the way in. But did a good job. That's what we want to see.
The David Dean Show. Your weekly look at Valdosta State University Blazer football. Here's your host, Dick Rocky, along with head coach David Dean, for a look at this week's Blazer football action.
Hello and welcome to the David Dean Show. I'm Dick Rocky with head coach. As Valdosta State takes a big win over Southern Arkansas in front of almost 7,000 people, Baseball Hatter Stadium on a Saturday night. And Coach, it's almost become an every other game for Valdosta State. You know, this season struggled a little bit offensively to get started. The first quarter for both teams, a bunch of 3-and-outs. We had some great a couple of good drives going, penalties, bad snaps, etc. So it was an interesting first, not much scoring in that first half or that first quarter at all.
No, it wasn't. It was very frustrating, and I think we ran 22 plays in the first quarter and really had no points on the board to show for it. But it was just, culmination of mistakes, some holding calls and bad snaps. I thought that one drive that we put together, we were driving the ball very well and then had the poor snap and put us in third down and long.
Well, your football team, though, it's a scoreless first quarter. Both teams, the Blazers get on the board first. And Southern Arkansas, who had shown nothing offensively, they came right back down and tied it. Blazers go up again, they come right back and tie it again. But that was pretty much it for them.
Yeah, it was an exciting second quarter if you're a fan. We scored early, and then, of course, they had that tremendous drive that they put together. And then very quickly we go right back down and score on David Bailey's long touchdown run. And then they're very methodical, drive back down and score and tie us back up. So it was a little bit frustrating for us. We felt like we were controlling the game a little bit better than having a 14-14 tie at the half.
And what a game David Bailey had. I think it was like 140-some yards rushing, the most rushing yards since 2007 with Michael Terry. I think he went like 170, 180 against somebody. And Bailey ran probably as hard as I've seen him run this year, just as a fan here now.
Well, he was getting back to that North Alabama form that he had last year. And, he usually doesn't carry the ball that many times, but with Theseus going out early in the ball game, he shouldered a lot of the load. And then I think two guys that also played very well, Troy Braswell and Eugene Glenn, both came in and played outstanding football. We try to do that a lot with our backs. We roll guys in and out and play a lot of guys back there to keep them fresh.
And both freshmen.
Both freshmen, that's right.
So I know that makes a smile to your face.
And David's just a junior. So
you mentioned Theseus. Any reports on him?
No, don't know anything yet. He took a pretty good shot in the hip area, so it's swollen, and we'll have to take a look at him sometime today and see how he can practice this week.
All right, well, we'll take a break and we'll come back and take a look at the first half highlights.
Valdosta State University. Encouraging.
In-depth inquiry.
Hands-on experience.
Service and involvement.
And a global view.
While offering
a beautiful residential campus,
over 100 fields of study,
graduate and online degrees,
and championship athletics,
all in a warm and friendly community.
Get connected and involved.
Do more, become more.
Valdosta State University.
Hi, hello, I'm Jeff Jones, number 22, play safety from Saginaw, Michigan. It's time to release the bull out the pasture on the David Dean Show.
Coach, we talked before the game during my interview with you about Southern Arkansas. The team was 1-2 coming in, had been destroyed in their first game by Harding, lost a close one when they blew a big lead. And you were concerned about that just as you were going into the Newberry game.
Right. Yeah, well, they've shown flashes of being very good, and you could see offensively they've got a good football team, and what they had been doing is shooting themselves in the foot with turnovers, especially in bad areas of the field, either next to the goal line or in the red zone area, and turning the ball over and letting folks score. And I felt like if they ever put a game together, it was going to cause us a lot of problems. I thought they played excellent football. I think both teams played very well, with the exception of a few mistakes here and there. It was a well-played football game.
Let's go ahead and jump right into the first half, and we'll talk here. I actually got a smile on your face. What did you think of their quarterback, 6'6", about 230, left-handed?
Well, he's a good quarterback, just a sophomore, and he was scary last year when he came in against us late in the ball game. And he's only going to get better and better. And got a lot of respect for him. He took a lot of shots last night and just kept hanging in there and making great throws. We come off to a pretty good start here. They got a good return man, and we were able to shut them down. And they came out throwing the ball here early in the game, and we were able to have good coverage. He was throwing the ball away, and then they went to try to run the ball, and they couldn't do it. And you'll see a lot of this, just how hard David Bailey's running right here. We don't do a great job of blocking right there, but he does a good job of making some yards. And here's Troy Braswell on our little speed sweep, making a great run. And that's what David was doing all night. He was running with a lot of speed and a lot of heart. Here's poor execution. We got second down and real short, and we have a poor snap, and we end up with a third down and about 36 that kills us. And then we put our defense back out onto the field, and there's one that he just overthrows a little bit. Here's the draw. This is actually the play that Thesis got hurt. That's right there is where he got hit in the hip. Little screen pass here to Griffin Raleigh. I thought Griffin played an outstanding football game, especially in the second half when we needed a wide receiver to step up and make some plays. He did that. Here's a play that we ran all night long. We really did a good job with it. Austin did a great job of reading it, a little option play that we have. And then great throw right here to Trey Herndon for a touchdown. Goes up high, makes the catch, and a perfectly thrown ball where only Trey could get it. And then, these guys credit. They came back. Here's a great play. They got a lot of weapons out wide, good receivers, and their running back really scared us. We thought that he was a really good football player, and he proved that. He's a good runner, and another great throw right here, and we just don't finish off the tackle. And I felt a little disappointed there. We were up 7-0, then our defense allowed them to drive the length of the field. But you're talking about an answer here offensively. Great run here. You see great blocking all the way down the field by wide receivers. And when we can get those wide receivers to block downfield, we've got backs that can take those runs to the end zone. But these guys credit again. Here they come. And, great play right there by Chris Pope, making the tackle in the backfield. And, boy, real close here. Terrell Wright right there almost gets that interception. And, it would have been nice to have a freshman in his first year there get an interception off a tip ball. And then, again, another good run right there off the shuttle pass to David Bailey, making some more runs. And, here's where we just let them get back in the game. We fumble a little screen pass. We don't tuck the ball away, give them the ball at the 30-yard line. And fortunately for us, we bow up, make a great play right there with Matt Pierce on the interception and stop that drive. And we put our defense in a tough situation. They bowed their neck and got the turnover back for us. Again, another good run here. Here's Eugene Glenn, a freshman. Put him in there, and our backs are really running hard. And then here's another one. Same play, same thing, and we lose about 20 more yards just on a poor snap, put us in long yardage situation. We don't convert. Get a great punt there by Jack, and a good play. Again, right there by our defensive line penetrating. That was Andrew Larson making a great stop there in the backfield. And here they go. We're just not finishing off some tackles right there that we need to. And what a great throw here by the quarterback. Throws it right up there to their tight end right down the seam. And of course, they tie us up right there before the half. And our guys were a little disappointed going in. We felt like that we should have been ahead in the ball game and let some opportunities go. We let them defensively get down and score some touchdowns when we really had opportunities to stop them. But it's like I told the guys, let's just go out and play harder in the second half and make the plays, eliminate these mistakes, and we'll take care of business. And our kids didn't panic, and that was a good thing about it.
All right, Coach, we'll take a break, come back with second half in just a moment.
In each of us, there is a hero, a champion, a legend waiting to happen. This is no ordinary museum. The College Football Hall of Fame in South Bend, Indiana.
Coach, you come out of the locker room 14-14, an iffy first half really, but again, we're in the ball game. You get to kick off, nothing happens. David Bailey again, I'm just going to go back to him. 16 rushes, 146 yards, averaged 9 yards per carry, 252 rushing yards, which I know always seems to bring a smile to your face when you get those kind of numbers.
Right.
Any coach probably would love 252 for the game.
Yeah, well, we wanted to establish the run in the ball game. We felt like we could run the football against these guys. What they do is they gear up to take away a lot of underneath passes, and that's the things that we do best. So we felt like if we could run, we could kind of widen that out a little bit and keep more people in the box and then be able to throw those wide throws. So for us to be able to run, it kind of opened up the pass game there in the second half, and you'll see here with Griffin Riley and some of those guys making some great plays and Austin making great throws.
Let's look at the second half highlights. Austin very quietly was 17 for 26, no interceptions, 163 yards.
He played a solid football game, did a great job there with our option, as you saw in the first half, and made some good decisions, made some good throws. And we come out here and we've got a return over here to the opposite side of the field, and they kicked the ball all the way to the numbers, outside the numbers. It was a great job there. They had great coverage, and then we go back to the running game again. Good run there by David on the outside there. Great blitz pickup right there by Troy Braswell. We throw the ball underneath to Quinn, getting some yardage there, and you see how it kind of opens up when the run game, they all start squeezing back into the box. And unfortunately, we didn't come out and score in the opening drive like I wanted to, but we did pin them down. As you see, they've got to drive the length of the field, and our defense held and forced them back up. And then right here, Griffin Riley kind of takes over the game. He makes some great catches for us. That was a big third down catch right there, and then followed up with a great run here by David, breaking a lot of tackles, getting in the open field. And it's good to see our wideouts again, just blocking downfield. That was a game that they didn't have an opportunity to catch a lot of balls, but they continued to be team players and block. Great run there by Cameo Holloway. We had two throws right there that kind of misfired in the end zone that I really wanted to put points on. A touchdown in there, we didn't, so we end up with the field goal to take the lead back. Here's a third down conversion that they make, and then here's the running back again. We get away with a face mask right there, and just great swarming defense, stopping the run. They did a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback in the second half. You can see we got some little twist packages coming at them, and we were getting some guys running free. And then here's a great throw right here to Griffin again on the curl route. Austin converts that on third down, and then again our little zone read run that we have. He did a great job with that. The underneath pitch there to David. Just getting 5 or 6 yards a crack right there, and we can live with doing that. Good throw and great catch right there by Griffin. Back-to-back catches. That gets us a first down. And, we really played an outstanding fourth quarter. You look there, and it's 17-14. And Daniel just kicks one a little bit wide. We could have gone up there by 6 points. There's Tevin Davis. Tevin played an outstanding football game. And here is probably the spark that got us going. I mean, the guy's just fearless. He just wants to make plays. I've been around a lot of good football players, but a guy that just feels like that he can turn a game around. He's wearing number 4 on his jersey right there. He just feels like he can. And boy, a big throw and catch right here. Trey Herndon, he's already had a touchdown, and he gets us down there inside the 10, and we run a little slant play. And boy, great route there by Griffin to get open and catch that ball and get in the end zone. Proud that Griffin scored. He deserved that. He did a great job for us in the third quarter, getting some opening and changing the field position. Big sack right there by Lawrence Virgil. And then here's Tevin Davis again. There's a freshman right there from Mary Persons making a sack. And then here he goes again. It's one of those, please don't pick it up. And then he does. And here he goes. And just about breaks another one. But he immediately turns the field position around. And then you give that ball to David. And we got to get him to tuck that ball away a little bit. But he does a good job. Great catch right here on the shuttle pass to Cameo Holloway. Get down in there and Good run here by Austin. He gets that ball down near the goal line, and this is the way we draw this up. You know, we want to let the ball roll back there to Troy Braswell and let him pick it up.
His first touchdown.
Yeah, I told Troy, I said, that's not how I envisioned your first touchdown, but we'll take it.
He'll get another one here in a moment.
Great job right there, Saya Matele, getting back there and putting pressure on the quarterback. And, well, look at this throw. Golly, we got 3 guys right around, and he puts it right in there. Just a beautiful throw. And then here's the running back. He's a really good football player. We kept in check all night long. And, of course, it's back to 10. They try an onside kick. We recover it. Here's a 3rd down play that we convert for a first down and get down in there. And then here's Troy. More conventional touchdown there for Troy. So it's good to see a local guy there from Lowndes scoring a touchdown. And, you know, Troy's playing very well for us, as all of our backs are. And I thought our offensive line, you know, except for a couple of bad snaps, played very well. Austin didn't have a lot of pressure on him, and of course, when you rush for 252 yards, your offensive line's playing very well.
Coach, real quick, you mentioned Cameo Holloway a lot. He's been just a role player for you. He's been in there when you wanted him. He had really a nice night last night. Rushed for 28 yards on 5 carries, but he's always been involved in some big plays, especially down around the goal line. That little shovel pass that y'all do with him, and he just seems like a really good team player.
Well, he's a great team player. He's a very good player for us on special teams, but he's one of those prototypical fullbacks, you know, those guys that don't get a lot of runs, don't get a lot of catches, and have to block for those guys that get all the yards. But he's a very good runner. When he gets the ball in his hands, he has an opportunity to make some plays, and he did last night. The defense that they were playing allowed him to be able to run the football a little bit. And, you know, you can always count on Cameo. He's a great team player, great attitude, and we're awfully happy to have him.
Well, good win for Valdosta State, and we'll come back and take a look at some scores in just a minute.
What's up, guys? I'm Evan Gillis, fullback from Suwanee, Georgia. You're watching the David Dean Show. Go Blazers!
All right, Coach, we're going to take a look at some scores. We're starting to care a little more about scores now because they're maybe starting to mean something. I'm going to mention 2 out of the conference. We haven't had a conference game yet, but Newberry another win, which is good for Valdosta State in the region, beats Carson Newman 24-3.
Yeah, that's always good when Newberry and Wingate can continue to win, as well as Albany State. It helps us as far as strength of schedule.
And then Wingate does win 35-31, so that's too good. And then you mentioned Albany State comes back from their loss to the Blazers 34-27 over Miles.
Right. Miles has got a good football team. I was talking to one of their officials before the game, and he had a Miles game, and he was talking about how much they've improved.
And we've got Delta State, a close one, 34-31 over Henderson.
Well, Henderson's got a good football team, and you know, for Delta to go there and win out there, that says a lot for them. Delta, again, is continuing to put up a lot of points, but they're a lot like us. They're having a lot of close football games.
West Georgia, another win, 21-5 over Arkansas Monticello.
Yeah, it looks like they've turned that around. It's good to see them being able to win. So I'd like to see West Georgia continue to win until they play us, and that make that game a little bit more interesting.
And then North Alabama comes from behind to beat Harding 28-20.
Well, Harding's got a great football team this year. They've been averaging over 50 points a game, and for UNA to hold them to 20 and actually come from behind to win the ball game, it's not easy to play that option in 1 week and prepare for it. So, you know, UNA's a good football team, and they're going to continue to win. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't roll into to Bazemore Hyder the last game of the season undefeated.
And Wichita Baptist 39-33 over Texas A&M Commerce. Wichita is where we're going to talk about here in just a moment.
Well, yeah, they're undefeated and rolling. You know, they played on Thursday night and scoring a lot of points, playing very well, and you know that's a scary bunch out there.
All right, Coach, thanks. We'll be back with Langdale Honda Kia look ahead in just a minute.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion. I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose. I chose Division II.
We're going to make your first flight of the year, one of those long Saturdays, early Sunday mornings for us, but the first long road trip, back-to-back Arkansas trips this year.
Yeah, we do. It's not a very good place to go play. We go to Arkansas Monticello first, and we hadn't been there since 2007, and they've done a lot of work to their stadium out there. It's not a very hopping town out there, so our guys will make their first trip, a lot of them, on a plane flight the day of the game, so it'll be interesting to see how we handle that.
And if I remember right, we've had some struggles at Ouachita in the past. If it's the one I'm thinking about, we went over there highly ranked one year and they beat us. I'm not sure if that was Ouachita or somebody else, but I'm thinking it might have been.
Ouachita beat us in 2009 over there, and it was the first time that they had beaten us. And we always struggle every time we go to Arkansas and play, and that's part of being on the road and traveling over there. So hopefully we're a little bit more mature now and we'll handle the trip a little bit better and know what's at stake and be able to play a good football game.
And of course another non-conference game against a former conference school.
Yeah, the last time that we'll play Monticello, unless we obviously have an opportunity to go to the playoffs and they go to the playoffs, but we haven't played Monticello as much as we've played Southern Arkansas and Ouachita Baptist and those guys, so we don't have quite the rivalry that we do with the other schools, but it's always a good challenging game. They're a good, well-coached football team. Obviously, they've got a new coaching staff over there, and they're doing an outstanding job of coaching those guys up and putting them in good positions to make plays.
All right, Coach, it's off to a great start. Blazers 4-0, and get another hard-fought win for Valdosta State, which I think is going to be the trend this year for the football team, which is fine.
Sure.
And we're glad to be 4-0 as we make this first long trip on the road over to Arkansas. And that'll be a 7 o'clock game. You'll be able to listen to that on the VSU radio network for Blazer football. So for the head coach, David Dean, I'm Dick Rocky. We hope you have a great week.